Hey there, fellow fragrance lovers. Let's go ahead and get started talking some dupes. Are they just clever fragrance apps, or are they just disrespectful to the designers and creators who put the actual effort and time into the OG creations? Coming up in this video, we're going to spill the tea on the legal and ethical drama about dupes, like how far is too far when it comes to inspired by. And we're also going to find out how we all feel about dupes. Are we crossing the line purchasing them? Are we betraying the designers? If that sounds like that's something you're interested in, as always, if you feel the vibe, make sure to like and subscribe. Grab yourself a friend and bring them on in. And let's go ahead and get started talking some dupes. Alright guys, so what even is a dupe? A dupe is basically like the cute cousin of the real deal, of the real designer. It is an inspired by version of the designer, niche, or independent fragrance that we come across all the time. For example, every Baccarat Rouge dupe that you've ever come across. Let's say, for instance, that $22 bottle, that Target has to offer, or that $18 bottle that Amazon you can get. That is what you would call a dupe. Something that is inspired by an original, but actually lower in cost or lower in design and marketing expenditures as well. So why do dupes exist? We have to just be for real. Not everybody can afford to drop $3 on a fragrance. That's probably only going to give you a 50 ml bottle. It's something that we just have to think about and be rational about, because not everybody has a large budget for a $540 bottle of Amouage. Dupes help us, be able to, have a nice fragrance and pay our rent at the same time. They give us that smell-rich vibe, but on a nice budget, and something that says my bank account is not overdrawn at the same time. So what are the differences between inspired by versus a straight out copycat or just straight out copying? So inspired by is what you would say is like, you're going to take that original and you're going to take something away. You're going to add something to it. You're going to give it a twist. You're remixing it, okay? It's like, think about like Coke Zero, what was it? Coke Black, like all of those. You're going to take it and mix it and make it something like that. Like you're taking something away from it. That's what an inspired by is. But you're still leaving kind of like that base, the heart of it. So it's still recognizable as, oh, this smells like such and such, but with added vanilla. This smells like such and such, but with an added raspberry note. That's what inspired by is. But then you get to straight out copying, and honey, we all copying a straight note for note for note. Okay, it's just literally like the dupe house had a baby with the original, and then boop, there now is your new brand, your copycat brand right there for you. Okay, so don't get me wrong. Like, understand me clearly. A lot of fragrances share the same notes, and they have the right to. It's fine. You're going to have some overlap with your fragrances and your new releases and your launches having similar notes. They're going to share jasmine, vanilla, oud, orange, lemon, whatever. But if it walks like a dupe, if it smells like a dupe, if it sprays like a dupe, and it costs less than 4 items at Dollar Tree, honey, it's a dupe. When a brand develops a unique fragrance, they protect it through trademarks, patents, they use trade dress, which basically means they own the scent formulas, the scent packaging, the bottle design. The perfume formulas are locked down tighter than your sneaky ex's DMs, okay? I know y'all understand me. Tell me down below if you feel me, okay? But the bottles and the logos and the brand names, those are all trademarked, like Fort Knox. And we know Fort Knox, we don't even hear about it. That's how tight that's locked down. We don't know what's even in there. We just know it's gold. How much? Whatever. That's how tightly the bottles and logos and brand names are like guarded. So you can sue over a bottle that looks too much like an Hermes, but you can't sue over a formulation having too much jasmine or being too much similar to your note structure. That's the tricky part. This dupe drama, this dupe struggle is not just about smelling good. It's about who owns what and who gets the credit and the coin for what. So here's the ethical dilemma. These big brands and companies and perfumers and perfume houses, they are out there for years developing fragrances, okay? I'm not even kidding you guys when I say years. Some fragrances genuinely take 1 to 4 years or more to develop into the final product from, marketing strategies, molecular compositions. I mean, these designers, they go to school for this, you guys. They go to college. They get degrees for this. This is just not some fly by night, oh, I'm just going to be a perfumer from YouTube kind of thing. They go to school for this. They really care about the craft and the artwork that goes into it. So it kind of is disrespectful when you get these dupers that come in here swiping up their ideas and their fragrances like it's Black Friday. Like truly coming through like swoop, swoop, grab, grab. Perfume creation is an art form, you guys. And ripping off these, masterpieces is just theft. It's thievery, and it's just not cute. Affordable scents are amazing, and dupes make luxury fragrances accessible to people who otherwise could not afford a $500, $600, $700 bottle of a niche perfume that is out in the market right now. And that's amazing, and it opens doors to people to try different and new fragrances. But copying a perfumer's art without giving them the credit, that's a solid no for me. So what are the pros and cons of purchasing dupes? Let's go ahead and start with the pros. So one of the pros is affordability. I can't stress that enough. Not all of us have that luxury perfume budget. We sometimes can only afford a $40, $50, bottle of something from Lattafa or Aroma Concepts or the Dua brand, or like Brown Sugar Babe has great body oils. I mean, there are so many dupe houses out there that are offering, those same designer niche and luxury fragrances at 50, 60, 70% of the cost. And that is just more appealing to people right now, especially in this economy, y'all. Come on, let's be for real, shall we? We have to try to figure out a way to smell gorgeous without leaving our bank account crying for mercy, if you know what I mean. Because I don't want to have to sell my kidney just to smell good. Then we have the accessibility. Sometimes you can't find that limited edition drop, or it's so rare that, you can only get it from another country, and then the shipping and then the customs costs and the this and the that, but you really might want it. Dupes leave that door open for you to get that limited edition. Leaves that door open for you to get that something that you can't get from customs, or you can't get shipped from Sweden or wherever. It's like dupes step in like they're that reliable friend who is there for you when you are looking for something that is so rare. It's like this. When you cannot find your keys lost in your couch somewhere, here comes a dupe ready to help you find it, okay? That is what dupes are. They are here to help you out. Just so reliable. Then dupes leave you open for that try before you buy, because really, if you really are in love with, let's just say, me personally, I am right now, have just discovered Amouage's Love Delight. I have been sampling that now for weeks, okay? A dupe of that, I haven't found. I've heard some. I'm curious to get one before I actually take my big old, I don't want to say big old bank account, but take my big girl bank account and purchase a $500 bottle of Amouage, because that is literally a car payment for me. So I have to balance that out. But if there was a dupe out there for that, yes, indeed, Fragrance Geek is purchasing that dupe for Love Delight if I could find it. Just saying, that's where dupes leave people open to that try before you buy. Let's just say, you do have the coin for it, but you still just want to sample and try it, and you can't find samples or decants anywhere. So hey, a dupe is going to be your best option for that as well. Also, last but not least, in the pro department, everyday wear. Okay, for instance, you are not going to be wearing your ultra niche, ultra luxury fragrance every single day. But a dupe of that ultra niche, ultra luxury fragrance that maybe only cost you $30, $40, you whipping that out, sis. You're not going to you're not going to whip out that $300 or $400 bottle, but you surely will whip out that $30 or $40 bottle in an instant. If it smells the same, it's giving you the same experience, the same feel, and no one can tell the difference, yes, you are. And you're going to save that good bottle for an exclusive luxury type event or an occasion. That's how that works. And that's how dupes kind of leave you open. And those are some of the great pros for dupes if you're interested. All right, so we just had the good, so let's hit those bads. Let's get to the cons. The first one is quality. Now, we all know on a dupe, Sometimes that quality could be a total hit and miss. Sometimes you can get a straight stinker. Plain and simple, you can get a dupe that is just outright stanky that smell like possum booty. Like I'm just gonna say it, like it smelled bad, real bad. So that's like the number one issue. That's the number one con for me is getting a dupe that smell like an outright animal farm. Like I can't, like straight up barn yard. I'm talking about moo cow. Like I can't. Next up is the confusion with the dupe between the real one. If your dupe is so good, I'm talking packaging, bottle, juice, is that designer of the real thing getting the credit for it? Like, are we clear on what's really happening here? Because some dupes come dressed up so well that you need to have like a straight up detective eye, like a real Sherlock Holmes magnifying glass, you know what I'm saying? So you can tell if it's real or if it's like just playing dress up. And that is where like the confusion comes in. That's real tricky. That's like a huge gray area, the grayest of areas. Also, the disrespect of the artist who's making the gosh darn fragrance. Copying kills their creativity. It kills their profit margins. I mean, and it doesn't let them shine. Because if someone was copying you all the time, would you really want to keep creating? That would really dull your shine. You know, perfumers pour their heart and soul out into their work. I cannot stress that enough, you know, and they put all of it into these scents, you know, like lifetimes go into these scents. So when a dupe comes through and just swipes that away, it honestly, it crushed me. If someone stole my work like that, it would have crushed me. So you got to think about it like that. Here's another con. And this is a flip con because I want to play a little devil's advocate. The stigma. Some dupe brands, you guys, actually work really hard to put time, effort, energy into making quality dupes. But they get side-eyed big time from like real OG brands. Like OG brands don't care that you putting quality into your dupe copying them. You know, it's like they're definitely, you know, a pecking order when it comes to like fragrance houses, and dupe brands are on the bottom. OG luxury niche top, dupe brands are on the definite bottom, and it really comes with judgment. And I kind of like, I feel bad. It's a double-edged sword because when you're a dupe brand, you have to recognize, yeah, you may be putting quality, effort, energy into making like good dupes and great, you know, inspired by brands. But at the same time, nobody wants a copycat. Nobody likes a copycat. Keeping it real. I don't care how, you know, reverent and how, you know, respectful you're trying to be. Nobody really likes being copied. So what are the warning signs of a dupe that has just gone way too far? First off, if that bottle is an exact stunt double for the original, we got a problem. If it is like twins lost at birth being reunited by 23andMe, we have a problem. Because that dupe is doing too much to be exactly like the original. At least change the outfit some. That's all I'm saying. At least, you know, put a new shirt on. Something. You can't come to the same party wearing the same dress. Somebody gonna have to take off that dress and put on some jeans. Like, that is literally awful. That's terrible. That's mad disrespectful. If the name is like a weird typo-esque, if the name is like weirdly similar, like instead of Chanel number 5, it's Chanel number 55. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's not Baccarat Rouge, it's maybe Barcat Rouge, something like that. Really like off, like but close. But you know that's a major dupe like there. Or here's the biggest one, and we all know because we've fallen for this. I fell for this one time. Not gonna lie. Getting a dupe, because I thought this was a great sale. Not knowing it was a dupe I was buying. I thought this was an amazing sale. Buying a fragrance that was literally, it wasn't really $12.99, but it was way cheaper than that fragrance should have ever cost in any universe. I'm thinking, this is a steal. Yeah, it was a steal because it was a stolen gosh darn formula. It was a stolen bottle, and the juice didn't smell nothing like it. Nothing. And I should have known better. But it was early on in my fragrance collecting, so good for them. They got me. Hats off to that dupe house. They got me on that. They got my money. I'm so sad. But I've learned. Bottom line, if it's trying too hard to be the original, y'all, just know it's not inspired by. It's a straight out copy, and that's straight out theft. All right, guys. So let me know down below. Are you guys team dupe and saving that coin and keeping your rent paid? Or are we into team OG, supporting the original designers and the original perfumers? And, hey, being honest, keeping these houses going for longer and longer. Let me know down below in the comments, guys. So thank you so much for staying tuned with me this long. I really hope you guys got some thought-provoking content, really give you something to think about when it comes to dupes. No judgment here as always, guys, because like I say, I believe in dupes. I will purchase a dupe. I have no problem purchasing it. I purchase the OG brands as well. I do both. I'll purchase a dupe of an OG brand and I'll use both. I try to pay respects to the OG brand because I appreciate all that goes into it. But at the same time, if I can't afford it but still want that OG brand or something similar, I will purchase a dupe and I'm not going to feel bad about it. But you guys let me know how you guys feel about dupes down below in the comments. Appreciate you guys as well. Make sure if you felt the vibe, you like, subscribe, grab yourself a friend and bring them on in. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.